The letter arrived on a foggy Los Angeles morning, its ivory envelope pristine against the oak table in Vanessa Carter's modest apartment. Her name, Miss Vanessa Carter, was embossed in gold calligraphy, each curve a whisper of extravagance alien to her quiet life. Vanessa's fingers lingered on the wax seal, her brown eyes narrowing. At 35, she lived simply, her days devoted to Horizon Ventures, a tech and philanthropy empire she co-founded with her husband, Ethan Brooks, one of America's most private billionaires. Their marriage was a sanctuary, their wealth channeled into causes, not displays. Inside was an invitation to the wedding of Claire Harper, a name Vanessa hadn't uttered since Lincoln High. The handwritten note felt too warm. Dearest Vanessa, your presence at my wedding would mean everything. I've always admired your resilience, and I'd love to reconnect. Warmly, Claire. Memories of high school stung Claire's clique, dripping with privilege, mocking Vanessa's thrift store clothes, her quiet demeanor. A cruel prank, where Claire played Vanessa's poetry reading with distorted effects for laughs, still echoed. Why this invitation now? Vanessa stood by her window, LA's skyline hazy. Maybe she's changed, she murmured, though doubt lingered. She didn't hold grudges, but she wasn't blind. She set the invitation down, deciding to talk to Ethan. In a glass-walled penthouse overlooking downtown LA, Claire Harper stood, her silk robe catching the city's glow. At 30, she was a social media star, heiress to the Harper real estate fortune, and creator of a lifestyle brand selling dreams to millions. Her wedding to Ryan Coleman, a fintech tycoon, was set to dazzle at the Lumiere, a glass and marble restaurant perched above the Pacific. I told you not to invite her, Claire snapped, her manicured nails tapping a wine glass. Across from her, Sophie, her best friend and planner, scrolled a tablet. It's done, Claire. The invitation's out. Vanessa Carter? Claire's laugh was sharp. That shy nobody from high school? Perfect. Emma, lounging in a velvet chair, smirked. If you want this wedding viral, we need a shock. Vanessa's ideal. Their laughter was cold, plotting a spectacle masked as fun. Sophie twirled her hair. She'll show up in some basic dress, thinking she belongs. It'll be gold. Claire's eyes gleamed. And we'll give her a welcome she'll never forget. In Vanessa's apartment, she sat with Ethan, the invitation between them. His presence was steady, his dark eyes reading her. What's your instinct? He asked. She might want amends, Vanessa said softly. But people like Claire don't change without motive. Ethan's jaw tightened. You're stronger than her world. If you go, go as you. Vanessa nodded, resolve firming. I'll go. Not for her, but to face my past. 3 weeks later, Vanessa arrived in LA on a commercial flight, her simple suitcase in tow. She wore a navy dress, its silk tailored with quiet elegance, paired with worn flats. No logos, no entourage. At the Lumiere, Bentleys and Teslas lined the entrance, paparazzi poised. Her taxi driver raised a brow. This the right place, ma'am? Yes, Vanessa said, stepping into the cool night, her dress catching the restaurant's golden lights. Inside, whispers began before she crossed the threshold. Who's that? Wrong event? No stylist? Is she invited? At check-in, a hostess in a sleek gown smirked. Service entrance is out back, ma'am. Vanessa's chest tightened, but she produced the invitation. The hostess's smile faded. My apologies. Go in. Whispers turned venomous as Vanessa entered the dining hall, its chandeliers glinting like knives. Claire stood at the far end with Sophie and Emma, sipping champagne, their eyes alight with malice. There she is, Claire whispered. In that dress? Emma giggled. She really thought she fit in. Claire's voice dripped poison. Let's make sure she knows she doesn't. The Lumiere's dining hall was a cathedral of wealth, its marble floors reflecting candlelight, its air thick with perfume and ambition. Vanessa stood near a crystal fountain, her navy dress a stark contrast to the sequined gowns around her. She clasped her hands, her smile polite but guarded, as guests brushed past, their glances cold. Whispers cut deep. Is that dress from a thrift store? She's here for the free champagne. Vanessa heard every word, each a spark against her resolve, but she stood tall, her strength forged in boardrooms and slights. Claire glided forward, her white gown shimmering, Sophie and Emma trailing like vultures. Vanessa, Claire purred, her voice honeyed venom. You made it. I was worried you'd get lost in the city. Vanessa forced a smile. Congratulations, Claire. This place is stunning. Claire leaned in, whispering, still shopping clearance racks, I see. So quaint. She pulled back, her smile dazzling the crowd. Everyone, this is Vanessa, my old schoolmate. Sophie smirked. Lincoln High, right? Always buried in books. Emma added, and that hair, so natural. Still keeping it real? Vanessa's voice was steady. Some things don't need changing. Sophie laughed. Bold move. A camera flashed. Ava, Claire's cousin and an influencer, was filming. Here's our hidden gem, she announced, zooming on Vanessa's dress. Rocking a look straight from a budget bin. Smile, Han. Vanessa's jaw tightened. Please stop. Ava ignored her, posting with a caption, crashing a billionaire's wedding in a thrift dress. Hashtag fashion fail, hashtag out of place. Laughter rippled, phones buzzing. Vanessa felt the room's gaze sharpen, every eye a judge. Claire pressed closer, her voice loud. Did you bring a gift, Vanessa? Vanessa nodded, holding a small velvet box. Something personal, she said. How sweet, Claire mocked. Did you craft it yourself? So authentic. Ava grinned. A DIY queen. Claire raised her voice. I bet it's unique. Not store-bought, right? More laughter. Vanessa set the box on a table, her fingers steady despite the sting. Excuse me, she said, moving toward a quieter corner. But Claire followed, relentless. Claire held a glass of red wine. For you, she said sweetly. Vanessa hesitated, then accepted. As she did, Claire's hand jerked, splashing wine across Vanessa's dress, the navy silk darkening. Gasps erupted. Oh no, Claire cried, her hand to her mouth. I'm so clumsy. Vanessa froze, the wine cold against her skin, her face burning. Laughter roared, cameras flashing. A guest muttered, now she really doesn't belong. No one offered a napkin. Then, at Claire's nod, two security guards approached, their eyes cold, one's hand resting on a concealed holster. Vanessa's pulse spiked. This wasn't just humiliation, it was a threat. Ma'am, one said, his voice low, menacing, you need to come with us. Now. His fingers twitched near his weapon, a silent warning. Vanessa sensed the danger immediately. These weren't restaurant staff. Their earpieces and hard stares screamed hired muscle, loyal to someone with darker intent. Vanessa's voice was calm but firm. I'll leave on my own. She met Claire's gaze. I don't need escorts to walk away from cruelty. Claire's smile flickered, a hint of unease breaking through, as if her plan was spiraling. As Vanessa turned, a muffled clank echoed from the restaurant's back exit, metal on pavement, sharp and wrong. Guests didn't notice, lost in laughter, but Vanessa's instinct screamed. Something was deadly wrong. She stepped toward the exit, her stained dress trailing, unaware the night's danger was just beginning. Outside, the Pacific's waves crashed below the Lumiere's terrace, but the air was thick with menace. Vanessa stood alone, her stained dress clinging to her, her heart pounding. The clank she'd heard echoed in her mind. She scanned the shadows, catching a glint near the service alley, two figures, one with a gun, whispering urgently. Her breath caught. Claire's prank wasn't just cruel, it had unleashed something lethal. One guard, Marcus, lingered nearby, his face guilty. Miss Carter, he whispered, I didn't sign up for this. They told us to scare you, but someone else is here. Not with the restaurant. They want you gone permanently. Vanessa's stomach dropped. Who? She asked, her voice low. Marcus shook his head. I don't know. They paid big, said to make it look like a mugging. He glanced at the alley. You need to leave now. Before Vanessa could respond, a low roar cut the night. 3 black SUVs screeched to a stop at the entrance. Guests inside froze, sensing a shift. The lead SUV's door opened, and Ethan Brooks stepped out, his tailored suit sharp against the neon glow, his presence a storm of authority. His eyes found Vanessa, softening briefly before hardening at her stained dress. Vanessa, he said, striding to her, his voice thunderous yet tender. Are you hurt? No, she whispered, relief mixing with fear. But Ethan, there's someone here beyond Claire's games. Ethan's jaw clenched. He signaled his team, for men in dark suits fanning out toward the alley. Stay with me, he told Vanessa, leading her back into the dining hall, past stunned guards, into the heart of the spectacle. The room fell silent, phones dropping, whispers rising. Is that Ethan Brooks? What's he doing here? Ethan raised their clasped hands, his voice slicing through. This woman you mocked is my wife, Vanessa Carter, co-founder of Horizon Ventures, a leader who's reshaped lives while you chased clout. He turned to Claire, who paled, her glass trembling. You invited her to humiliate her, but you've ignited a reckoning. A scream pierced the air. Guests turned as Ethan's team dragged a stranger into the hall, a man in a black hoodie, a silenced pistol clattering from his hand. Found him in the alley, a guard said. He was waiting for her. Vanessa's blood ran cold. Claire's face drained, her hands shaking. I I didn't hire him, she stammered. Ethan's eyes narrowed. Then who did? The dining hall was a frozen tableau, its chandeliers casting stark light on the man in the hoodie, now restrained by Ethan's team. Vanessa stood beside her husband, her stained dress a testament to her survival, her eyes scanning for answers. Claire sat slumped, her white gown crumpled, her empire crumbling under her exposed cruelty and this deadly twist. Ryan Coleman, the groom, rose slowly, his face pale but resolute. At 32, he was a fintech star, but now his eyes burned with betrayal. Enough, Ryan said, his voice steady, cutting the tension. I thought tonight was about love. I was wrong. He faced Claire, his tone cold. You plan to humiliate Vanessa, but a hired gun? That's beyond cruelty, it's criminal. Claire's voice cracked. I didn't. I swear, I just wanted her embarrassed, not hurt. Her eyes darted to Sophie and Emma, who shrank back, their guilt palpable. Ryan pulled out his phone, projecting a group chat onto the hall screen. Messages scrolled, each a revelation. From Claire, invite Vanessa. Make her the joke. She'll show up in some cheap dress. From Emma, get security to check her gift. Add drama. From Sophie, she's the only one like her here. Play it up. She'll stand out. From Ava, film her leaving in tears. It'll go viral. Gasps turned to horror. Sophie clutched her purse, Emma stared at the floor. Ava's phone slipped from her hand. A final message, from an unknown number, chilled the room. Make sure she doesn't leave the restaurant. Permanent. Vanessa's breath caught. Claire's eyes widened in terror. That's not me, she cried. Ethan stepped forward, his voice deadly calm. Then who has access to your plans? He turned to his team. Trace that number. Now. Ryan faced the crowd. Years ago, Vanessa saved me. I was broke, pitching ideas in an LA diner. She spent hours refining my plan, gave me a loan when I had nothing. She asked for nothing back. His voice broke. Tonight, I stood by while Claire turned her kindness into a target. I'm done. He faced Claire. This wedding is off. Claire collapsed, sobbing. The crowd erupted in murmurs, cameras flashing. Vanessa's heart raced, not from triumph, but from realizing someone wanted her dead. Ethan's team returned, one whispering to him. The number traces to a rival firm. They knew Vanessa was coming. Someone leaked Claire's plan and escalated it. Vanessa's mind raced. Horizon Ventures had enemies, competitors threatened by their innovations. Claire's prank had been a spark. Someone else had poured fuel. The dining hall pulsed with fear and awe. Vanessa stood tall, her stained dress a badge of resilience. Ethan's assistant, Olivia, stepped forward, her tablet glowing. We've frozen all social media posts from tonight, she announced. 42 instances of harassment, 9 defamatory videos, and a breach of Lumiere's conduct code. Offenders will be escorted out. Sophie stood, trembling. It was just a joke. Security led her out, her protest fading. Emma followed, silent, her bravado gone. Ava, the influencer, tried to argue. I didn't know about the gun. Olivia read her caption aloud. Wedding crasher in a cheap dress. Hashtag epic fail. Ava was escorted out, her career in tatters. Claire remained, her face ashen. Ethan faced her. You invited Vanessa to destroy her. Your prank gave someone a window to try worse. You're complicit. Claire sobbed, her world, sponsorships, followers, future, dissolving. Olivia signaled, and staff brought a wardrobe bag. Mrs. Carter, your suite is ready. Vanessa returned minutes later in a white silk gown, its elegance radiant. The room stood, not from fear, but reverence. Ryan bowed. Vanessa, your forgiveness is more than I deserve. She nodded. You chose truth. That's enough. Grace, a philanthropist, pinned a lotus-shaped badge to Vanessa's gown. You've turned cruelty into courage, she said. Vanessa took the microphone, her voice steady. I came to celebrate love, but found hate. Yet storms show us who we are. I'm Vanessa Carter, daughter of a seamstress, dreamer, fighter. Choose to see someone's worth before the world does. The room erupted in applause, candles lit in her honor, a glowing testament to her strength. The would-be assassin was handed to authorities, the rival firm exposed. Claire's empire fell, her brands dropped her, her apology ignored. Vanessa didn't gloat. She returned to LA, launching the Carter Institute for Dignity, a beacon for the overlooked. Her navy dress, stained but iconic, inspired a movement. Hashtag wear your truth. Vanessa's story reshaped LA's elite, her grace louder than wealth, her courage a warning. Harm one, and the world will stand with them. Her light endured, not in headlines, but in the lives she lifted, proving power lies not in shouting, but in standing unbroken, unbowed.